Hello, my name is Hector Venegas and I'm the Managing Director of Engaging Meetings. Here in my home office. Engaging Meetings is a company focused on enhancing the human-to-human communication and meeting design. We do coachings, trainings, seminars, lectures, and consult in human-to-human communication. Today I want to talk about communication in general and in times of crisis. Communication in general. Communication is based on many layers. Many elements have to come together. Communication works best if it's honest and authentic. When we communicate with other human beings, we can tell a story. A story with personal experiences and emotions. In a good conversation, the sender and the receiver keep switching the roles. The pace that the roles are switched depends on the story and how good it is created to serve the interest of the receiver. Is the story relevant to the receiver? Can he or she relate to it? Is the story structured? Is it authentic? Is it personal? The receiver would ask following questions. Who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? If the sender gives answers to these questions, the attention of the receiver is attracted. The receiver on the other side has to develop the ability of active and empathic listening. This is an ability that requires opening up to the information of the sender. Most of us don't listen to understand, we listen to reply. When we have an authentic sender and an active listening receiver, we have the basis of good communication. We create a feeling of commonality. Rapport is created. A rapport is essential. People like people that are like themselves, or they like people that are how they would like to be. When we create rapport, it will also reflect the nonverbal communication, the body language. When we are engaged in a good conversation, we will start mirroring the body language of the other party. This will enhance and deepen the connection between both. It does help a lot to use positive language. Instead of saying hate, you say love. Instead of focusing on problems, you focus on opportunities. Instead of talking about the past, you focus on the future. Another thing that we have to consider, though, is that there are different behavioral types. And different behavior types communicate differently. So depending on what kind of type the sender and the receiver are, the words spoken or how they are sent can be differently received. To learn about behavior types and the way of acting and communicating can help enormously. There are several behavior assessment tools out there that can give you an understanding of these. One of this is Everything Disc, which we use and I can highly recommend. This can open your eyes for the reason that sometimes you seem to get along with some people easily and clash with other people immediately. So this is a short run through the different layers of the face-to-face communication. But what happens when the face-to-face element is lost? These days, we are forced to stay at home. We are forced to lose all the meetings and events, which are the essential form of human-to-human communication. Our communication is filtered through technological means. We use video conferencing systems, we use telephone, we use text and emails. Video conferencing, among those, is the closest we can get to face-to-face communication. So let's focus on the advantages or disadvantages in comparison to the face-to-face communication. First, actually we do, or we think that we have less time. So we want to make it easy and strong and straight ahead. And I'm not saying it's bad to come straight to the point, but sometimes rapport needs a little time to happen. We consider talking to other ones, and you have to consider to be understood and to understand. Second, the positive language. Creating a positive language is something that is not easy if it's out of the ordinary. We are forced to stay at home. We are forced to use technology. And how many times it does not work? So bad internet connections or downloading problems. What did you just say? I didn't get that. In general, people are focused with bad news, so they start within the communication with unhealthy but. This creates a bad atmosphere, which can affect the communication. Third, the non-verbal communication. This is reduced to a frame. So we pretend to look good at that frame. We look at the other person, but we see our own frame. So we dress up, we sit calmly, we pose for the picture. This will create a different situation than in the face-to-face communication. Rapport is hard to achieve if we do not act naturally. And acting naturally in non-natural environment is hard. If the communication is further reduced to voice communication or texting, the challenges get even bigger because the layers get reduced. Now you have seen how complicated human-to-human communication actually is and how many layers they have to be considered. If you make yourself aware of just some of these elements, it will enhance your communication skills and improve your performance. Not only, but especially in these times of social distancing and technology support communication. Thank you for listening and watching. Be positive, be open, be communicative. Take care. Yours, Hector.